Knuckle Fighting Championship, presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink, is back in Bulgaria. Coming to you from Arena Sofia in this stunning capital city. It's BKFC 58, and we are now set for our 9-bout main card. Our feature fight in the featherweight division, Veselan Ivanov versus Zorov Azimov. Tonight's co-main, Vaso Bakocic versus Ramadan Nooman in the welterweight division. And our main event, set for the cruiserweight division, Kaloyen Kolev versus Toni Markulev. Hey everyone, with Chris Lights Out Lytle, I'm Sean Wheelock. Chris, including our 3 preliminary bouts, fighters from a total of 13 different nations on this stacked BKFC card.
And Sean, what we were talking about earlier, people from all over the world are wanting to be part of BKFC. That's a region where there's a lot of very tough fighters, so we're trying to bring one from each area sometimes just to see who's the toughest guy in the world. We're going to try and prove it tonight.
Our main event, set for the cruiserweight division, features 2 very talented fighters from here in Bulgaria, Kaloyen Kolev versus Toni Markulev.
Different styles right there. Markulev likes to stay out and just throw bombs, try and hurt you with those hands. Kolev wants to get inside, do a little bit more grinding, sometimes wear his opponent out. So it's a different style right here. Whoever controls the range is probably going to win.
We open our BKFC 58 main card with a bout in the lightweight division. OnlyFans brings you our tale of the tape for Adrianov versus Tomas Vojtela.
And it looks here like Adrianov has a slight 3-inch height advantage, 3-inch reach advantage. He's going to utilize that. So Vojtela has to pay each time he tries to get in and land those heavy shots.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Hello. Sofia! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Arena Sofia here in Sofia, Bulgaria. And welcome to the most exciting combat sport on planet Earth today, live worldwide. We welcome you to BKFC 58! We are now set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Presented to you by Moby Wash, your mobile car wash service. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears blue and white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 154.3 pounds. He holds an overall bare knuckle fighting record of 3 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Nove Zamki, Slovakia. Here is Tomas the Dragon Vojtela. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands an even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 150.1 pounds. He holds an undefeated kickboxing record at 1-0, a pro boxing record of 1 victory opposite a single defeat, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Sofia, Bulgaria, here is Adrianov. And our referee in charge of the action, Brian Miner.
Very intriguing in the lightweight division. This is our BKFC 58 main card opener. Round number 1. Black trunks for the Bulgarian Adrianov. Blue trunks for the Slovak Tomas Vojtela. Wide open guard for Vojtela. See the measuring from Adrianov on the jab. Feint on the level change again from Vojtela. Jab again from Adrianov, again off the mark. Good pull again from Vojtela. Vojtela in and out of range early, showing a lot of patience to start this fight. Overhand right, Vojtela took himself off balance, smile on the face of Adrianov and replied.
But that's what I thought Vojtela was trying to do, just wait for the right time. He's looking to counter that jab because he knows it's long and it's fast and it's coming right for him.
Feint, measuring again from Adrianov. Jab to the body.
What Vojtela wants to do is make his opponent question throwing that jab. If he gets hit every time he throws the jab, he's going to want to stop throwing it and go to something else. Vojtela's looking to wait and counter as soon as that jab is thrown.
Overhand entry from Vojtela, not there. Well eluded by Adrianov. 40 seconds remaining, round number 1. Long jab again, long overhand right from Vojtela off the mark.
And we talked about that 3-inch reach advantage right there.
Big right hand, and that drops Tomas Vojtela.
He's not getting up, John. He's hurt.
The count from referee Brian Miner. The count is broken off, and victory for Adrianov in his BKFC debut.
And Sean, like I talked about, sometimes it's better not to know you're supposed to be nervous. A young guy, still confident, still thinks the world, nothing can go wrong, and it didn't for him right there. He went in there, he looked fantastic in his debut. Man.
There is a candidate for Knockout of the Year 2024 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. One punch finish from Adrianov on the right hand.
Adrianov, the way he was in and out with that jab, setting it up the entire time, waiting for the right time, landed perfectly. And Sean, this was not against an easy opponent. Vojtela was undefeated for us. It was only 1-0, but man, he had some experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Brian Miner, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 38 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Adrianov!
And Sean, next time we come, one of the top guys I'm looking for is Adrianov. I think he looked phenomenal out there. Could not believe his age, how young he is with lack of experience. I cannot believe how good he looked.
One punch knockout finish on the right hand. The winner by way of first round KO, Adrianov defeats Tomas Vojtela. We stay in the lightweight division for Angel Petkov versus Felipe Maia. The numbers presented by Fubo TV.
And Sean, extremely even right here. Exactly the same height, half-inch reach difference. I mean, very similar in all aspects from the tail of the tape for these two fighters.
Fight fans of Sofia, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division, presented to you by the Fight Scout mobile app. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 155.8 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 23 fights and holds an undefeated BKFC record at 1-0. Fighting out of Madrid, Spain, by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Here is Felipe Bragueira Maia. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears gold. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 156.3 pounds. He is a boxing veteran of 70 fights and also holds an undefeated BKFC record at 1-0. Fighting out of Sofia, Bulgaria, here is Angel Petkov.
Round number 1. Gold trunks for the Bulgarian Angel Petkov. Black trunks for the Brazilian Felipe Maia. And fast start for Maia. Big right hand from Felipe Maia on the overhand right. Like an accidental clash of heads. Vladislav Petkov, the referee, telling Angel Petkov, don't hit a throw. Obviously illegal under this now unified rules of bare knuckle fighting. From the half tie plum, there's the uppercut from Maia. Maia right hand again, body then head. On the counter, left hand. And down goes Felipe Maia. Clean counter from Angel Petkov.
And you can see that just shut him down for a second. Dropped to a knee, got right back up.
Mandatory 8, given by Radoslav Petkov.
I don't think Maia has a second gear. He just comes straight forward with those punches. I don't know if he can back up now.
Off the canvas, coming forward is Felipe Maia. Now Angel Petkov off the double jab.
Petkov got to counter with that left hook again. Every time that Maia's throwing that right hand, he's leaving that right hand down.
Counter right hand again. Angel Petkov trying to land with his back against the ropes, then the clever turn putting Maia's back against the ropes. Hooks to the inside, right hand just off the mark from Petkov. You see the roll, looking for the uppercut as Felipe Maia couldn't find it there with the right hand. Finds that left hand as the Brazilian Maia. Big shots again on the entry. Angel Petkov trying to time with his back against the ropes, took that right hand from Maia. 20 seconds remaining, round 1. Right hand again from Angel Petkov.
And Maia has got to start bringing his hands back up. He's great offensively, but he leaves those hands down. He's all offense, no defense.
Over the neck. There's a separation from referee Radoslav Petkov. No relation to Angel Petkov.
Maia's still wobbly.
Jab to the body. And that is the end of round 1. Round number 2 underway. Fast off from scratch to start the second round is Felipe Maia, just as he did to start round number 1.
Like I said, Maia has one gear. That's come forward and throw hard shots.
Petkov off the left hook. Trying to stay in range is the Bulgarian Angel Petkov landing the jab. Maia on the turn right hand. Big swing and a miss from Felipe Maia. More big swings from Maia. Taking himself off balance, takes that left hook from Petkov. Petkov on the turn, big right hand from Angel Petkov. Left hook from Petkov. Defensive clinch from Felipe Maia. Both fighters to the canvas. Double slip.
Good takedown. And that was just caused because Maia was clipped and hurt.
70 seconds remaining, round 2. Very entertaining fight to this point. We're in the lightweight division.
You can just see how tired Maia looks right now. Petkov looks very relaxed.
More big swings from Felipe Maia. Counter right hand from Petkov. Chris, right now, this is the volume of Maia versus the power and placement of Petkov.
And Petkov just waits for the right time and the right placement, and he lands good shots.
1-2, then the hook. More threes off of the 1-2 from Felipe Maia. 35 seconds remaining, round 2. Soft jab to the body from Petkov. Didn't fully land. Left hook on the entry from the half-time blow. Clipping right hand from Petkov on the overhand right.
And I love what Petkov's
Left
doing
hook,
right there.
staggering is Felipe Maia. Petkov doesn't pounce. Petkov now waving Felipe Maia forward off the jab. Right uppercut from Maia.
I mean, Petkov's got to be careful. Maia's still dangerous with those hard shots.
Right hand again off the counter from Petkov. Swelling under Maia's right eye. Petkov playing to his home nation crowd here in Bulgaria. Is that it? Round number 2. Mouthpiece check for both fighters from referee Radoslav Petkov. Now this is a medical timeout issued by referee Radoslav Petkov. Dr. Don Mutsi, Chief Medical Officer of BKFC, now assessing Felipe Maia. The clearance from Dr. Mutsi. Now we are set for round number 3. Taking a slide step off from scratch to start the third round. Angel Petkov. Maia on the overhand right. Counter to the body on the hooks from Petkov. Chris, Felipe Maia continues to swing big coming forward. To the body goes Petkov.
That's exactly what he does.
To the body now goes Maia. Petkov on the counter. Triple jab from Maia, right hand. Maia trying to snatch the half-tie plum. More big swings from Felipe Maia coming forward. Petkov keeping that high, tight guard. Right hand nearly getting through from Maia. Big shots now from Felipe Maia. Walk down pressure again on the 1-2 from Maia. There's the half-tie plum. Hook to the body from Angel Petkov. Jab from Angel Petkov.
And when Maia's throwing these punches, you can't tell if they're landing clean or not, but Petkov's doing a good job of blocking and not sustaining just real damage.
Significant swelling under both of Maia's eyes. Smear of blood under the left eye of Angel Petkov. Petkov with the left hand. Jab not there from Petkov, throwing that very low. See Petkov cut outside of his left brow. Entry on the 1-2 for Angel Petkov. 30 seconds remaining, round 3. Naked right hand from Maia. Maia throwing the 2-1 once more. There's a stiff left hand from Petkov. Both fighters continuing to have their moments.
Maia just so tough and so resilient, comes forward the entire time, but man, he puts himself in a lot of bad spots where he takes clean shots.
Petkov, the referee Radoslav Petkov telling Felipe Maia just before the bell, don't grab the forearm of your opponent Angel Petkov. We move to round 4. Round number 4.
That's definitely something we have not been short of here. These guys have been going at it the entire fight.
Triple jab from Angel Petkov. None landed, but they took Felipe Maia off his striking line. That right hand getting through. Jab again for Angel Petkov on the full back pedal. Overhand right. That was audacious with the right uppercut from Maia.
More punch throws right there. Maia outlanded for the first time.
Big left hook from Angel Petkov. Maia staggered, then walked through it, resetting, coming forward. More hooks from Maia.
Maia just winging these punches right now.
Maia on the right hand once more. Right to the body, again to the body, to the head goes Felipe Maia. Counter right hand from Petkov.
And we've seen from earlier fights what body work can do here. If you dedicate yourself to land those hard body shots, you can definitely get the knockout.
Double underhooks. That's the separation from referee Radoslav Petkov. 55 seconds remaining, round number 4. Very entertaining in the lightweight division.
And if Maia is going to continue to come forward and wing punches, I wouldn't mind seeing him starting to just go to the body the entire time.
Flipping right hand, didn't fully land. Maia coming forward, trying to grab the half-tie plum, couldn't do so there. Lands effectively to the body, there's Felipe Maia. Maia mirroring the hips of Angel Petkov.
You can just see Maia learning out there. He knows if I throw these punches to the head, they can block, they can duck, but the body's going to be there the entire time.
On the flurry, right hand again, clean right hand lands from Felipe Maia. 15 seconds remaining in the 4th round. Petkov using lateral movement, takes that big right hand. Strong sequence now for Felipe Maia off the right hand, left hand, counter right hand from Petkov. Maia back to the inside. Big shots to the bell as we move to the 5th final round. 5th and final round underway. The Bulgarian Angel Petkov, the Brazilian based in Spain, Felipe Maia. One knockdown to this point in the fight. Petkov dropping Maia in round number 1. That might mean nothing on the judges' scorecards, Chris. If we go another 1 minute 40 seconds, it might mean everything. These have been some very close rounds, but presumably that's a 10-8 round number 1 for Angel Petkov. We stress presumably. There's the jab, counter right hand from Petkov as he turned away.
And just, you never know how they're scoring this because we talk about Maia pushing forward the entire time, landing shots. Then again, he's getting caught really clean, and you can see the effects when he gets hit.
The volume has belonged right now at this stage of the fight to Angel Petkov. Rather to Felipe Maia, the powers belong to Angel Petkov. On his back foot goes Angel Petkov.
And you've got to be in some phenomenal shape to be in what Maia's doing right now. Coming forward, getting hit a lot, getting hurt, but still coming forward and throwing that volume.
Off the hard right hand, Felipe Maia. Maia's continually been throwing the 2 before the 1. Often when he throws the lead hand, it's a hook off of the 2 rather than the jab. To the body on the right hand goes Angel Petkov. More big hooks to the head from Felipe Maia. Down the stretch now of this lightweight fight.
The problem for Petkov lately is he has not been able to counter as well. He's just trying to get by anymore. I think when he was landing those hard counters, he was knocking his opponent back and getting a little bit of respect, but right now he's just letting his opponent push forward the entire time.
The 10-second clock. Both fighters looking for one more significant punch, one more significant sequence. Ruled a slip by Radoslav Petkov. Angel Petkov thought he had the second knockdown, and that is the end of the fight. Radoslav Petkov, though, immediately saying that that was not a knockdown, that was a slip.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Judge Kaloyen sees the fight 47-47, scoring the fight even. And judges Miner and Petkov score the fight 49-45 to the winner by majority decision. Angel Petkov!
And you can just see how disgusted right now Maia is. He felt like he came forward and put on enough of a show. Very close, majority decision, I believe, for Petkov. But man, he got the knockdown. That was a deciding factor, Sean.
2 judges seeing it for Petkov, 1 judge seeing it even. Phenomenal performance, outstanding fight. The winner by way of majority decision, Angel Petkov defeats Felipe Maia. Heavyweights for you now. Our tale of the tape is presented by Grunt Style Apparel for Stano Tabakov versus Petr Beranek.
You can see here everything fairly similar right here. Tabakov a little bit, an inch smaller, 2 inches less on the reach, but very similar for heavyweights. Shouldn't be the big difference here, isn't from the tail of the tape.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division, presented to you by Arnold Fit Foods. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 206.3 pounds. He holds a combined combat sports record of 28 fights and holds a bare knuckle fighting record of 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Brno, the Czech Republic, here is Petr Beranek. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands an even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 208.3 pounds. He holds an MMA record of 5 victories opposite 2 defeats, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Sofia, Bulgaria, here is Stano, the Cobra, Tabakov! And our referee in charge of the action, Mario Ivanov.
Fighters placed at scratch, round number 1. Black trunks for the Bulgarians, Toni Tabakov. Black and red trunks for the fighter from the Czech Republic, Petr Beranek. Overhand right, down on his knees, and ruled a slip immediately by referee Mario Ivanov.
Tabakov's got that really wide stance right there.
Tabakov taking himself off balance, but immediately ruled a slip correctly as such. Beranek loading up the right hand. Looking for straight punches to the head. Tabakov couldn't find it there. Overhand right just off the mark from Petr Beranek.
Tabakov's got to watch out. I saw him lift his chin up right there as he tried to make entering through a right hand. If he gets hit with that chin up, he's going to go down.
From the underhooks, soft warning by referee Mario Ivanov. Stano Tabakov punches to the back of Beranek's head. Left hand from Petr Beranek. 105 remaining round 1.
That did it.
That is ruled a knockdown. Here comes the mandatory 8.
Beranek landed a good, nice, clean shot right there. See if he jumps all over his opponent. He might be a little hurt still.
Beranek coming forward. Huge right hand, and flat on his back goes Petr Beranek.
Beautiful right hand.
No count. And now the count.
He's still hurt. He's still hurt.
This fight is over. Off the canvas. The come from behind win for Tabakov.
Tabakov was just waiting to land that big right hand. After he got clipped, he said it's time to unleash it, and he landed it. That's all it took. But man, he landed it, and he flattened his opponent out.
Beranek is incensed.
Yeah,
the referee Mario Ivanov has stopped this fight.
But look at the way Beranek fell here. Watch this. Right on the chin. Just fell straight back. He tries to get up. He eventually did get up, but the first, look at this, overhand right landed perfectly. And he was pretty lit going down, Sean. That's what you talked about. Sometimes doesn't matter if you get up. They look at a lot of factors. The way you fell. And look, he starts to get up here and just kind of sits there for a second. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Mario Ivanov, steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute 24 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Stanley, the Cobra Tabakov.
Tabakov right there really looked like he composed himself well. He looked like he might be hurt very early. Might be outmatched, but just came in with that hard right hand. That's all it takes with heavyweight, Sean. One big punch.
The winner by way of first-round knockout, Tabakov defeats Beranek. We remain in the heavyweight division for Aleksiev versus Barghi. The numbers presented by Russia.
And Sean, this seems to be a common theme right here. Very similar right here. Exact same height. 1/2 inch reach difference, fist size almost identical. These two guys on paper are very similar.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division, presented to you by Gong BG. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands an even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 239.6 pounds. He holds an MMA record of 5 victories opposite 4 defeats, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Tehran, Iran, here is Mehdi Barghi. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands an even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 228.6 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 28 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Russia, Bulgaria, here is Nikolai Aleksiev. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
First appearance of the night here in Sofia, Bulgaria for the outstanding referee Andrew Glenn. Glenn bringing both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. Black and white trunks for the Bulgarian Nikolai Aleksiev. Big overhand right. See the black trunks for the Iranian, Mehdi Barghi.
Something happened to Barghi's eye right there. He's having problems already.
Short right hand, and that drops Mehdi Barghi. Beautifully timed from Aleksiev.
Barghi's still having some problems.
Mandatory count of 8 from referee Andrew Glenn.
If he's having trouble, seeing he might want to try and do some clinch work right here.
Left hand getting through, left hand again from Aleksiev. Barghi trying to time the right hand. Big shots. Barghi on the left hand. Smear of blood on his face for Mehdi Barghi.
I mean, Barghi's landed a couple punches right there, but Aleksiev just walked right through him.
Jab not getting through from Barghi. Overhand right. Aleksiev off the jab. Aleksiev off the jab again. 2 big swings, 2 big misses from Barghi, but it took Nikolai Aleksiev off his striking line. Aleksiev now coming forward. Overhand right again from the Iranian Mehdi Barghi.
Barghi's doing these looping shots right there. Oh.
Big right hand, mouthpiece out, and that turns Nikolai Aleksiev. We fight on. Big shots off the canvas. Now looking to finish here is Mehdi Barghi, and we're at one knockdown apiece.
Aleksiev looked like he tried to call timeout. Said, hold on a second. That's not an option here. You better get up. I don't think he's getting up, Sean.
The count of 10. Victory in come-from-behind fashion for Mehdi Barghi.
And Sean, that was totally against the flow of the fight. Everything was going against Barghi, and then all of a sudden he came back and landed a couple punches, knocked the mouthpiece. Aleksiev just kind of turned around and walked away like, I don't like this anymore.
From his reaction, Chris, it was clear that Nikolai Aleksiev wanted referee Andrew Glenn to call time when the mouthpiece was punched out. That obviously is not something a referee would do at this level in this situation.
And there it is right there. You see the mouthpiece going, he turns around, and right there he needed to take a knee or something because he was hurt and he just let it get the better of him when it's just continued to get punched. He needed to take a knee, get that 8-second count. I think he would have been all right.
Great refereeing from Andrew Glenn, one of the best in both bare knuckle and MMA. In that situation, the referee waits for a neutral position to then put the mouthpiece in or give the mouthpiece back to the fighter. That obviously was not a neutral situation. That was a come forward and throw big situation for Mehdi Barghi.
Sean, you cannot stop the fight and give a guy his mouthpiece back when he's hurt, because exactly that's what you're looking for. You actually clip somebody. It's your job to finish them. And you can tell right there, Barghi said, I got this guy hurt. I need to come over here and finish him right now. Aleksiev was like, no, I need a break. You don't get a break in here. There is no timeouts in bare knuckle.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 47 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Mehdi Barghi.
And Sean, we talk about it many times, loving when people have to deal with adversity. You get knocked down, you get back up, and you win the fight. I feel like we've had that an awful lot this year, but that was one of the great ones right there. Barghi got up and got the knockout.
The winner by way of first round KO, Mehdi Barghi defeats Nikolai Aleksiev. To the Cruiserweight division we go. Our tale of the tape is presented by Forged Irish Stout for Steve Pasche versus Dominic Estorer.
And you can see here, Sean Estorer, not much but a 2-inch height advantage, 1.5 inch reach advantage. He's going to want to utilize it, even though that's not that big of a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division, presented to you by Telegraph Media. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 202.1 pounds. He holds an undefeated pro boxing record at 3-0, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Aachen, Germany, here is Dominic Estorer. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 201.9 pounds. He holds an undefeated bare knuckle fighting record at 5-0. Fighting out of Annemasse, France, here is Steve Venom Pasche. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
And the first appearance of the night in the BKFC ring for the world-class bare knuckle and MMA referee, Dan Mergliata. Called knuckle up from Mergliata, round number 1. Black trunks for the German Dominic Estorer. Black, red, and white trunks for the Frenchman, Steve Pasche. Pasche on the lead left hook. See the head movement, the heavy feints from Pasche coming forward. There's the jab from the southpaw stance for Estorer.
And Pasche had better use that head movement right there. Estorer's coming with some nice straight punches. Doesn't want to be where those punches end up, he better move that head.
See a much more open striking guard for Pasche than from Estorer. Left up jab from Estorer, couldn't find it. Clever punch though. Jab from Estorer. Feint again from Estorer. Overhand right, overhand left from Pasche. Another punch there. Pasche to the body, left hand, and down goes Dominic Estorer.
That was an odd way to fall down. It just seemed like they both went down.
Up at 7 is Dominic Estorer. Dan Marguliato will allow this fight to continue.
Pasche was able to come in and land a big right hand.
More big swings from Pasche coming forward. The Frenchman trying to cut off the ring. Ooh. Takes that left hand, and we're in one knockdown apiece.
Sean, I think we've had more people get up off the canvas to win tonight than normal, but man, we have it an awful lot.
Both fighters in the center circle. 30 seconds remaining, round number 1 of this cruiserweight fight.
And Pasche, it looks like his chin's up a little too high for him. I want to see him duck that down.
Estorer off the jab, working from southpaw. Pasche, you see, working from orthodox.
Even when Pasche's coming in, that chin is still sticking wide up there, right? Just easy to get hit. He's got to be careful. He's going to get hit again.
Into the clinch. Heavy with the left hand. And that knockdown just before the bell that ends the first round. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Marguliato continuing his count.
He's not
the count of 10. And in the final seconds of round number 1, victory for Dominic Estorer.
And Sean, man, I love the fact he came to bare knuckle, didn't know what to expect, got knocked down. That is a worst possible situation you could be in. Worst case scenario, you get knocked down immediately. Like, what is happening here? Not used to this sport. I'm not ready for it. What did he do? He came back. He saw his opponent had a few holes in his game, knocked him down, came back, and got into a nice tight spot and just landed. You're allowed to clinch. You're allowed to hit. Not used to that with boxing, but man, he adjusted and he landed one nice clean shot at the end of the night.
Dominic Estorer was down off the canvas, dropping Steve Pasche, one knockdown apiece, and then in the final moments of round number 1, finishing Steve Pasche.
There it was, a nice little clean shot. Like I said, it's always the one that you don't see. Doesn't have to be that hard. If it hits you in the right spot and you don't see it, that does all the damage. Had him a couple times there. That just little short left hooks to the jaw.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Marguliato, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 59 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Dominic Estorer.
Great start for Estorer. Like I said, he dealt with some adversity. He came back. He learned a lot in that fight, got the knockout.
Great start for Steve Pasche. And then Dominic Estorer, 2 knockdowns to the finish. Victorious by way of first round KO, Dominic Estorer defeats Steve Pasche. OnlyFans presents our tale of the tape for this bout in the middleweight division. Shivko Stoimenov versus Yunus Emre Batan.
And you can see here, Sean, Batan does have a slight inch reach advantage, 3.5 inches. Both very similar height, weight, everything right there. It's just that reach advantage he's going to want to utilize against Stoimenov.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first. Fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 174.3 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle for the second time. Fighting out of Bursa, Turkey, here is Yunus Emre Batan. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, an identical 174.3 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 20 fights and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Sofia, Bulgaria, here is Shivko, the Bulgarian Reaper, Stoimenov! And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
You see the pre-fight movement of Shivko Stoimenov. Now up to scratch. Up to scratch as well as the Turk, Yunus Emre Batan, round number 1. Black trunks for the Bulgarian, Stoimenov. Black and gold trunks for the Turk, Batan. Active with his lead hand on the jab, Shivko Stoimenov. Patient from the southpaw stance, Yunus Batan.
I think Batan's just waiting to counter.
Stoimenov patiently looking for the entry. Batan patient on the outside, hands high and tight for Yunus Batan. There's the right hand, counter left hand from Batan. Stoimenov walked into that left hook. Again, Yunus Batan, 20-1 in pro kickboxing. Chris, that is the quintessential European kickboxing stance. Upright, bouncing the step. See the hand placement. Now the smile from Batan. Perhaps trying to get Stoimenov to engage.
It looks like you have two guys just waiting to counter each other. Nobody's really engaging.
Stoimenov continuing to extend that lead left hand, lead left hook. Not there, overhand right from Batan, not there.
I'd like to see one of these guys try to step outside the lead foot and throw that straight punch down, that two.
Movement on the outside from Shivko Stoimenov. Call for action from referee Andrew Glenn.
Not a lot of punches being thrown here, a lot of feints, a lot of setups, but not a lot of action.
The fighters moving, but moving their feet, not their hands. Getting late here in round number 1 of this middleweight bout. There's the 10-second clack. Good call for action from referee Andrew Glenn. Chant of Shivko from this Bulgarian crowd for their home nation fighter. Conversation after the bell. It's the most animated this fight has been thus far. We move to round 2. Round number 2. Active with that rangefinder jab to start the second round. Shivko Stoimenov. We saw a lot of that from him in round 1. Patient on the outside, Yunus Emre Batan. We saw a lot of that from him in round 1.
Yeah. What Stoimenov needs to do when he throws, he can't throw one punch at a time. You'll get countered. You throw combinations.
See the hand fighting. Ortho of Stoimenov, southpaw of Batan.
See how he stepped outside the lead foot right there. If he could have thrown that straight right down the pipe, that would have been perfect.
The head movement from Batan. 1:15 remaining round 2. Counter on the left hand, didn't fully land from Batan. Stoimenov resetting center circle. Now 60 seconds remaining in the second round. See the inside hand fighting continues. Feint on the entry from Stoimenov.
I'd like to see Stoimenov feint that inside.
Left hand through from Stoimenov, didn't fully land.
I want to see him feint on the inside, make Batan throw a punch, and then counter his counter. Because all Batan's waiting to do is counter. He's not trying to lead the dance at all.
Now 25 seconds remaining in the second round. Down goes Batan. That's ruled a slip immediately by Andrew Glenn. Correctly as such.
Stoimenov ran off like he did something, even though he didn't land the punch.
10-second clack, acknowledged by referee Andrew Glenn. Head movement from Batan. Batan now coming forward, lands the left hand, and that is ruled a knockdown by Andrew Glenn.
Right at the bell.
Here's the mandatory 8. And now this round is over.
He's not getting close. There, you got to toe the line, my friend. There we go.
Andrew Glenn doesn't speak Bulgarian. Took some time to get Stoimenov up to scratch, and that is knockdown number 2 on the right hand.
And Stoimenov almost looks like he's just ducking his head and throwing, not looking at his opponent.
You see Stoimenov cut in his left brow. More head movement from Yunus Batan. Ruled a slip.
He's leaning back, Sean, at Stoimenov. He's nervous to engage. He doesn't want to push forward the entire time. That's what you have to do if you want to land hard shots. You can't come in and back out at the same time.
See the head movement of Batan. Stoimenov now coming forward. Into the clinch, more right hands, not a separation from Glenn. 65 seconds remaining, round 3. Loading up the right hand, Stoimenov. That was slick on the entry and the turn from Batan.
I'd like to see Stoimenov. He's throwing over the top too much. Batan's got too good a head move. He needs to turn those into some uppercuts.
Stoimenov continues to stay active with that lead hand. But it's a rangefinder.
It's that overhand right. He's going to miss the head every time.
Batan trying to rely on superior timing in this fight. Superior timing from Batan has led to 2 knockdowns. Closing stages of round 2, early stages of round 3 on the knockdowns for Batan and Stoimenov.
Batan just waits for Stoimenov to come with these wild punches, and he counters, knocks his opponent down.
On the flurry, that's knockdown number 3.
You good? Let me see your hands. Step over here. You want to fight? You want to fight?
That ends the 3rd round. Chris, Yunus Batan has not thrown a lot of punches, but if the judges were to give him round 1, he's up 30-24 right now. On very low volume, but great punching accuracy. Batan dropping Stoimenov in round 2, dropping him in round 4 after he dropped Stoimenov twice in round 3.
And like I said, whenever I feel like a punch is landed, Stoimenov is going down.
4th knockdown of this fight. Shivko Stoimenov taking the mandatory 8 from
Doesn't
Andrew
want to
Glenn.
fight.
Will not make eye contact. That's the end of this fight. And win number 1 in BKFC for Yunus Emre Batan.
And shall we talk about it a lot? This is BKFC. We're not giving you guys any easy fights. That is several in a row right there. Some of the guys who were coming in with the hometown crowd behind them have lost. You don't see that in a lot of organizations. That looked like a punch to the chest. Is that what it was?
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 21 seconds into round number 4. For your winner by TKO, Yunus Emre Batan.
Batan looked much better
Ladies
this
and
time.
gentlemen,
Looked like
we
he
have a
understands
special award
timing
for our
and
winner.
range and distance. Waited for the right time, waited for the counters, didn't take any unnecessary risks, and really looked efficient and did well out there.
4 knockdowns to the finish. Outstanding precision from the turn. Victorious by way of 4th round TKO, Yunus Batan defeats Shivko Stoimenov. Here we go with our feature fight of the evening in the featherweight division. Veselin Ivanov versus Joe-Rob Azimov. The number is presented by Born Winner.
And you can see here we have that rare occasion with Ivanov where he's 2 inches shorter. However, he does have a 2.5 inch reach advantage here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for our feature fight of the night. scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get bucked up. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 146.1 pounds. He is a true kickboxing veteran of 60 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Istanbul, Turkey, by way of Azerbaijan, here is Zoram Legend Azimov. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. His official weight, an identical 146.1 pounds. He holds a combined combat sports record of 22 fights and is undefeated in the squared circle at 1-0. Fighting out of Stara Zagora, Bulgaria, here is Veselin, the Madman Ivanov. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Round number 1. Black and white trunks for the Bulgarian Veselin Ivanov. Black trunks for the Azerbaijani, now based in Turkey, Zoram Azimov. Big swings on the entry for Ivanov. Feints from Azimov. Staying on the outside, extended open guard. Azimov missing with the right hand. See the bounce in the step of Ivanov. Ivanov now mirroring the hips of Zoram Azimov. On the level change. Ooh. Those are 2 punches to the grounded Ivanov. Demerglada telling Zoram Azimov that is a hard warning. Next time it's at least 1 point, perhaps 2. And not getting through from Azimov. And now bouncing of Ivanov. Ivanov trying to time his entry, lands the right hand on the entry, does Veselin Ivanov. Azimov now coming forward. 45 seconds remaining. Round number 1. This is our feature fight of the evening. We're in the featherweight division. Overhand right, counter right hand from Ivanov. Closing into the mid-range is Veselin Ivanov. Sent back with that right hand of Azimov. On the duck under. Big swing from Zoram Azimov. Just the chest. There's the separation from Dan Mergliata.
Not sure exactly what it is, but Ivanov's having some trouble finding his offense, getting into punching range.
Step in right hand, overhand left off the mark from Azimov. Error entry, straight punches from Ivanov. In the clinch, double underhooks, right hands to the body, that ends round 1. Demerglada being very specific, the placement of Zoram Azimov on the scratch line, round number 2 underway.
I mean, the footwork for Ivanov's looking very good. He just has to use that to get inside and throw some punches.
Azimov continuing to extend his lead left hand from the orthodox stance to start round 2, as we saw from him in round number 1. Entry on the overhand left from Ivanov. Shots to the body now from Veselin Ivanov in the clinch. Big swings on the overhands from Azimov. Chris, those overhands are not necessarily landing, but every time they're thrown by Azimov, they take Ivanov well off of his striking line.
Exactly. It's a very good defense for him because it's making his opponent not be able to get any offense going. Like I said, you can see it just comes at random times. There's not much setup. He just wings his right hand.
Demergliata telling Azimov you cannot come over the head in that head chancery / guillotine position. Right hand getting through from Azimov. 45 seconds remaining, round 2. Ivanov staying on the outside. Heavy in the clinch on the turn. Separation again from Markulev. Looking for the high elbow block. Shades of the 1880s in that striking defense from Zorab Azimov.
Yeah, you don't see it too often anymore, Sean.
Left hand didn't fully land. To the body goes Zorab Azimov. Swing and a miss again from Azimov. Ivanov missing his own overhand left. Back to the clinch. The bell, the end of round 2. Both fighters up to scratch. We are set to start round number 3. Sporting touch of hands and right back to it. See, pivoting out of the center circle to start the 3rd round, Vojtela Ivanov.
Ivanov's doing a good job of getting outside that lead foot, but then he's not throwing that straight. There it was right there. That was exactly what I said he needed to be doing, but he hadn't been doing it until that point. I like it. Step outside that lead foot, throw that straight left.
Are charging in again, Vojtela Ivanov. On the duck under from Azimov. Ivanov looks to be visibly struggling to gain the timing of Zorab Azimov to this point in the fight. A 360 turn, and now time called by referee Dan Markulev. This is a hard warning from Markulev to Azimov.
I mean, he turned and he threw a couple punches. Didn't really land on the back of the head. That one kind of did.
MMA is a 360-degree sport. Bare knuckle, pro boxing are 180-degree sports, meaning that's legal in MMA. You can go around the back of your opponent as long as you don't target the spine or the nape of the neck or the back of the head, but not under this unified bare knuckle rule set. Right back to it. You saw the full apology from Zorab Azimov. Now 35 seconds remaining, round 3. Right hand thrown naked, misses from Azimov. Chris, we're seeing some really good defense from Vojtela Ivanov to this point in the fight. We're just not seeing a lot of offense from the Bulgarian Ivanov to this point in the fight.
God said he's struggling right now to find his comfort zone. Oh.
That's ruled a slip by Markulev. You can see Azimov tangling in his own feet. Final seconds, round 3. Half tie plum snatched by Vojtela Ivanov. Ivanov trying to turn up the temperature. Final seconds of the 3rd round. From the half tie plum goes Ivanov. Big shots on the inside.
Some of the best action right there.
Forward pressure from Azimov. The duck under. Next stop, round 4. Round number 4 underway. The Bulgarian Vojtela Ivanov versus the Azerbaijani Zorab Azimov. Azimov sitting on the outside, waiting for the entry of Ivanov to counter. There's the entry from Vojtela Ivanov.
That was it. That was a beautiful straight left, stepped outside the foot. That's how he needs to make entry every time.
The double under, short right hand, the separation from Markulev, right back to it. 125 remaining, round 4.
Azimov just doesn't, he seems oblivious of the fact that it'd be beneficial for him to step outside that foot. He stays inside.
Ivanov resetting on the back pedal, now coming forward off the right hand. Azimov into the clinch, initiated that. Putting Ivanov's back against the ropes, to the ground. Ruled a slip from Markulev. No controversy there. 50 seconds remaining, round 4. Right hand from Azimov, didn't fully land. Ivanov staying fluid, southpaw stance. Ivanov trying to time that rear right hand, now short lefts in the clinch from Ivanov. To the body goes Azimov.
That was some good job with Tight clinch right there, pulling the head down, landing a couple uppercuts.
Getting late here in round number 4 of our feature fight in the featherweight division. 10 seconds remaining in round number 4. Azimov now turning up the temperature ever so slightly. Left hand from Zurab Azimov. The jab just before the bell as we move to the 5th and final round. Slight delay for the Zurab Azimov mouthpiece. He's now up to scratch. The sportsmanship continues. This fight continues into round number 5. Entry from Ivanov. Right hands to the body from Zurab Azimov. Right hook to the body from Ivanov. There's the break from Markulev.
These body punches being thrown right here. A lot more for Azimov, but both guys landing a good high percentage.
Right hand from Azimov. Trying to time the 2 without the 1.
That's beautiful when you have that southpaw versus right hand, that straight right down the pipe is a punch you have to land.
Ivanov staying active with his hands, lands that right hand. Caught Azimov flush as he stepped into the mid-range. 60 seconds remaining in this fight. See the open hand guard now from Veselin Ivanov. Jab to the body from Zurab Azimov. Azimov then missing with the left hand, lands the right hand, right hook to the body from Ivanov. Walk down pressure from Azimov. Chris, these are the types of bare knuckle rounds that you would show in a judging clinic. These are tight rounds.
Absolutely.
Short rights to the body in the clinch.
I feel like Azimov's doing a good job right now, landing a little bit more, controlling a little bit better.
Rangefinder jab from Zurab Azimov. Azimov missing with that left hand. Up jab from Azimov, right hook off the mark. Ivanov trying to explode in off the left hand. Ivanov circling out. Azimov pushing forward. Right hand just before the bell. That is the end of the fight.
Like you said, Sean, very difficult to call a lot of those rounds because you have to see what exactly are we looking to judge here. Is it pressure? Is it effective strikes? Is it who's doing more damage? Who's landing more often? There's a lot of different factors in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Judge Glenn, 48-46 in favor of Ivanov. Judge Cologne, 48-46 in favor of Azimov. And Judge Miners sees the fight 47-47. Ladies and gentlemen, This fight is ruled a split draw.
So I'm not really sure how that happened, but
the rarest of all decisions in professional combat sports, a split draw. One judge seeing it for Ivanov, one judge seeing it for Azimov, and one judge seeing it even. In our feature fight of the evening, Veselin Ivanov and Zurab Azimov fight to a split draw. Right now, it's our co-main event of the evening. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight bout, presented by Bonex. Vaso Bakocic versus Ramadan Nooman.
And you can see here, Sean, Nooman does have a 2.5-inch reach advantage. That is about it. And the difference from these two fighters, it does look like there is a slight weight difference right there. So, not sure if someone didn't make weight or what.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by BoneX Crypto Exchange. Introducing you first. Fighting in the red corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 164.9 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 17 fights and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Alexandria, Egypt, here is Ramadan, the Assassin, Nooman. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black and red. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 167.5 pounds. He is a true MMA veteran of 68 fights and holds an undefeated bare knuckle record at 3-0. Fighting out of Belgrade, Serbia, here is Vaso the Psycho Bakocic. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Some histrionics up to scratch for Vaso Bakocic. Round number 1. Fast start for both fighters. Both men, as you see in the black and red trunks, blue hand wraps for the Serbian Vaso Bakocic, red hand wraps for the Egyptian Ramadan Nooman.
Nooman looked like at the beginning he wasn't ready for the fight. But man, he's ready now.
Entry on the left hook for Nooman. Low heavy front shoulder stance for Bakocic. Switch momentarily to southpaw, back to orthodox for Bakocic.
Bakocic has that good head movement right there. You got to make sure he follows that head movement up with punches.
Bakocic literally exploding into the pocket, into the clinch. There's the separation from referee Andrew Glenn. 1:15 remaining, round 1 of our co-main.
I like him exploding in, but he's got to do it with a punch. He just doesn't want to ram his opponent.
Switch of stances again. Nooman landing in the switch of stances from Bakocic. And the clinch, bringing his hands together, Vaso Bakocic. That gets the immediate separation from Glenn. Hard left hand on the entry from Bakocic. Nooman now telling Glenn he was punched illegally to the back of his head. Andrew Glenn does not reply. We fight on. 1-2 off the mark from Ramadan Nooman. Chris, Bakocic is literally bumping chest. He enters the pocket so hard. Just like that.
Just exploding in.
Dipping his head.
He's dipping that head very low right now. And you can tell Nooman is going to have to start throwing those uppercuts.
Nooman on the flurry. 20 seconds remaining, round 1.
Nooman throwing a lot of hooks right now. You're going to hurt your hands on the side of the head. There's an uppercut.
Straight punches, walking forward is Nooman. That ends round number 1. The Serbian Vaso Bakocic versus the Egyptian Roman Nooman. We are in Sofia, Bulgaria, round number 2. This is our co-main. We're in the welterweight division. Switch of stances again for Bakocic.
As Bakocic gets down, he's got to start coming up with these overhands or hooks or body punches or something. He's getting down low.
Oh! Big right hand, and that drives Ramadan Nooman.
Beautiful turn. He turned his opponent and landed a right hand as soon as he turned it.
Up at 8 is Ramadan Nooman. He gave the thumbs up while he was on the canvas to referee Andrew Glenn.
Bakocic is coming right now. You can tell he wants to finish this fight right now.
Glenn backing off Bakocic, but it's Nooman off the canvas running into the clinch. On the push-off, 1:15 remaining, round 2. Running forward again is Ramadan Nooman. On the overhook, right hand.
You got to be honest, I like what Nooman's doing right now. He's gaining his wits back. He's getting his legs back underneath him. He's tying up. That's exactly what you're supposed to do when you get dropped.
Andrew Glenn putting some force into shoving back Vaso Bakocic. Bakocic just a bit too keen on the restart.
He's got to start looking to counter. As the opponent gets in, he can push off just a little bit, create some space like he did last time. That's how he got that knockout. He moved his opponent and landed a hard right hand.
The overhook from Nooman draws the separation from Glenn. 35 seconds remaining, round 2. Left hand just off the mark from Vaso Bakocic. On the up jab from Nooman. That was clever. Right hand into the clinch. Separation again ordered by Andrew Glenn. 1-2 from Nooman. That's a slip. Punches back up. Not illegal punches. Bakocic, as you saw, slipped, back up, took the punches. Restart from Andrew Glenn. Good refereeing. That is the end of round 2. Christian seminars are pervasive worldwide. Round number 3 in a deep crouch. Almost clowning fashion from Vaso Bakocic. Switch of stances again from the Serbian Vaso Bakocic. The heavy forearm guard exploding into the pocket comes the Egyptian Ramadan Nooman. Some histrionics from both fighters. Reset, switch of stances in the center circle from Bakocic, switching right back to orthodox. Forward punch is not there from Nooman. 1:15 remaining, round 3. Deep crouch again from Vaso Bakocic.
Nooman doing a good job of trying to control the range and when the fight's happening. Like we talk about, as soon as his opponent gets in a position he doesn't like, he'll throw a couple jabs or a couple straight punches just to make sure he decides when and where the fight is happening.
You're seeing the pattern, Chris, of Ramadan Nooman fighting in spurts, exploding forward with straight punches, going back out and resetting.
It's a good strategy right there because, once again, he's controlling when the fight's happening.
Just like that on cue. Double left hands from Nooman. Bakocic coming forward, opening up with the left hand. 35 seconds remaining, round 3. Heavy into the clinch. Separation again from Andrew Glenn. Forward punches again from Nooman.
I mean, he just explodes off that back foot, pushes his opponent down.
Bakocic was smiling, talking to Nooman on that last entry to the inside. Those punches not getting through, well blocked by Vaso Bakocic. Bakocic on the left hand. On the turn. That is the end of round 3.
Yeah, those punches did not land clean. They didn't get through, however. They were thrown and they were dictating the pace and controlling the pace of the fight.
Touch of hands, round number 4. Pulling himself backwards off of scratch by design. Ramadan Nooman to start the 4th round. Switch of stances continually from Vaso Bakocic. He opens his chest, he switches back and forth. Southpaw ortho, southpaw ortho. Andrew Glenn now telling Vaso Bakocic, you have to watch punches to the back of the head of Nooman. Running forward again, we talked about fighting in spurts. That is exactly what this has looked like throughout this fight for Ramadan Nooman. Running forward with straight punches, doing so again with the right hand.
Those are blocked, but they're still doing a little bit of damage, more so than Bakocic is able to do right there in that position. He's just defending right now.
Again, Nooman complaining to Andrew Glenn. He was punched in the back of the head by Bakocic. 60 seconds remaining, round 4. Straight punches once more from Ramadan Nooman. Good right hand from Bakocic, timed that well. The jab not there from Nooman. The right hand on the overhook, right to the body, right to the head from Vaso Bakocic. Bakocic entering into the mid-range. Straight punches from Nooman from the outside.
And I think it's right after one of those punches from Nooman. Bakocic needs to throw back and counter right then. He's open.
Saw Bakocic continuing to talk to Nooman. He landed the right hand, then pointed at him in taunting fashion. Now Bakocic lands the left hand.
There was a couple good punches right there by Bakocic.
Closing seconds, round number 4 of our co-main. Bakocic talks to Nooman, switches stances, lands the left hand as Nooman was running in. On the separation from Andrew Glenn, the bell as we move to the 5th and final round.
Those were definitely significant punches right there. I'm not sure if you had enough volume. Like I said, that's where I'd love to see what the judges thought on that.
5th and final round. See the high forearm guard from Vaso Bakocic. Nooman snatched the overhook. Back to the outside again, the switch of stances from Bakocic. He has done that continually throughout this fight.
I feel like he does his best work when he's pushing the pace. I don't like it when he just sits there and waits to counter. He does land some good counters, but sometimes Nooman is able to land harder shots on him in that situation.
Finger wag by Bakocic to Nooman. There's not been a lot of full-on clowning. There's been a lot of this. Histrionics, back and forth talking. You saw Bakocic was pointing to the mat saying, let's stand and throw. So the baseball bat grip from Bakocic gets the separation. 60 seconds remaining, fifth and final round.
Just bull rushing in and pushing his opponent around.
Duck under from Bakocic. Nooman on the overhook. Left to the body from Bakocic. Andrew Glenn telling Bakocic, don't bang with your head on the inside. Not quite a headbutt, but that hard head pivot. That was great World Lightweight Championship. Not so great or so legal here in BKFC. Right uppercut from Bakocic. Nooman, now the histrionics pointing to his body. See the pointing, the hand punched away. 15 seconds remaining in this fight.
Not sure who they're going to say is winning that when you're both pointing and nobody's really landing.
Shades of Kazushi Sakuraba from Amada Nooman. Double punch to the body. Wide variety from both men throughout this fight, and that is the end of our co-main. To end all suspense, we go into the ring with Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Judge Markulev sees this fight 47-47, scoring the fight even. Judges Minor and Cologne score the fight 48-46 to the winner by majority decision. Vaso, the Psycho Bakocic!
So, Sean, it sounded like it was a knockdown that might have made the decision happen there.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special award for our winner, 100% pure Himalayan Shilajit from our partners with
Without the round
Nutrition.
2 knockdown, this ends in a majority draw. Instead, as Vaso Bakocic knocked down Ramadan Nooman, which proved to be the lone knockdown of this fight in round number 2. This is a majority decision win for the Serbian. In our co-main event of the evening, victorious by way of majority decision, Vaso Bakocic defeats Ramadan Nooman. We have reached our main event of the evening in the Cruiserweight. Kaloyen Kolev versus Toni Markulev. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And you can see here, Sean, if you want height advantage, if you want reach advantage for Kolev, he should want to stay outside and utilize that. However, he likes to get inside and mix it up and push his opponent around. We'll see if he decides to stay outside or move inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Presented to you by Born Winner. This fight is regulated by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation. Chairman of the tribe, James Gessner. Chief Lynn Malerba, and our ringside supervisor, Mike Mazzulli. The 3 judges scoring our main event: Andrew Glenn, Brian Minor, Eric Cologne. And the 3rd man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Big Dan Markulev. And now, with our bare knuckle fans watching live worldwide on the BKFC app and Fubo TV, from Arena Sofia, here in the beautiful capital city of Bulgaria, fight fans of Sofia, it's time to knock Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 202.8 pounds. He is a true MMA veteran of 14 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Sofia, Bulgaria, here is Toni Markulev. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 204.1 pounds. He is also an MMA veteran of 13 fights and holds an undefeated BKFC record at 1-0. Fighting out of Sofia, Bulgaria, here is Kaloyen.
Both fighters brought up to scratch by referee Dan Marguliata. Huge respect between these two talented Bulgarians. Round number 1. Both fighters, as you see in the black trunks. Blue hand wraps for Kaloyen. Kolev, red hand wraps for Toni Markulev. And down goes Kolev.
And Sean, that's what I talked about, that power right there. It's a difference.
Mandatory 8 count. Given the Kaloyen Kolev by Dan Marguliata. Markulev with the right hand. Big shots again on the inside. On the left jab, right hand.
Oh, he's
staggering
hurt.
now is Kolev.
He's hurt bad.
Looking to finish in round number 1. Toni Markulev exploding to the inside. Big left hands. Ferocious shots now from the half-tie plum on the right uppercut. One-way traffic at the moment for Toni Markulev. Kolev still on his feet, now forced down, and that is ruled a slip.
Good job by Kolev to just keep this fight going there. He was hurt badly there, Sean.
Again from the half-tie plum. 50 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our main event. We're in the Cruiserweight division.
And Markulev right now just got to make sure he doesn't gas himself out.
Kolev trying to gain the momentum, trying to work his way back into this fight. Heavy pressure on the inside. Kolev off the canvas here in round number 1, and he has taken some ferocious power shots from Toni Markulev. Kolev still in this fight. On the right hand. 15 seconds remaining, round number 1. Markulev now staying on the outside. It's Kolev coming forward. Swing and a miss from Toni Markulev. On the right hand, left hook. Sharp right hand from Markulev. Pressure on the inside, left hand. The bell, that ends round number 1.
And that was a huge round for Markulev right there. He landed some massive shots, had his opponent very badly hurt.
Here we go with round number 2. A big round number 1 for Toni Markulev, knocking down Kolev, but Kolev still very much in this fight, and Kolev comes forward off of scratch to start the second round. See the deeper crouch stance for Markulev, very upright stance for Kolev. He's 6'1" to Markulev's 5'9", to the clinch. On the underhook, Kolev with the right hand.
And this is where Kolev wants to be. This is where he wants to live, right in this clinch position right there.
On the restart from Marguliata. So explosive early stages of this fight, Toni Markulev, but his pace is now slowed dramatically, Chris.
So that means sometimes you start to get that feeling you're going to get the knockout. You throw it all out there, and if you don't get it, you're in big trouble.
Kolev staying fluid from the inside back to the outside. That up jab misses badly for Markulev. Finder jab for Kolev off the mark, but it sent Markulev back. 55 seconds remaining, round 2. Overhook snatched by Markulev defensively. Still throwing with the right hand, Kolev. Separation again from Marghi. Exploding, Toni Markulev. Right to the body from Kaloyen Kolev. Double overs draws the break. Swelling now into the left eye of Markulev. Entry on the right hand, counter right hand from Kolev. Kolev has very much worked himself back into this fight.
It's just that grinding style we've seen from a lot of wrestlers in there, Sean. You get inside, you push the pace, you wear your opponent down.
Left hand getting through from Markulev on the right hand. Forward again. Over the neck, draws the break, the bell. We move to round 3. Third round underway. Check left hook, lands on the inside from Kolev. Kolev coming forward, counter right hand from Markulev. Right hook from Kolev just off the mark. Kolev with the right hand.
Kolev's starting to get more offensive. He might watch out. He could get caught himself here.
Okay, good job. Break. Nice and clean.
Marghi keeping our main event moving. See the smear of blood over the left eye of Toni Markulev. Kolev on the check left hook, right hand from Kolev. See the blood across the right shoulder of Kolev, but it's Markulev's blood.
Coming from the forehead area, it looks like.
Right hand just off the mark on the step in from Kolev. Shots on the inside. Down to the canvas, but ruled as a push down, and thus it slipped by Dan Marghi. No knockdown. 55 seconds remaining, round 3 of our main event. Hook to the body from Toni Markulev. Driving forward pressure from Kaloyen Kolev. Big exhale from Markulev.
Markulev looks very tired out there, Sean.
Stalking pressure from Kolev. Into the clinch. Rights to the body now from Kaloyen Kolev. Good movement from Markulev. This is with that entry left hook. Good turn from Kolev. Kolev on the left hand. Short left down the right hand from Kaloyen Kolev. Appear to be 2 cuts on the face of Toni Markulev in his hairline and also above his left brow. Next stop, round 4.
And Sean, if I had to bet, I'd have to say we have an even fight right here.
Round number 4. Two of the best pro combat sports athletes in all of Bulgaria. Kaloyen Kolev, bout number 2 in BKFC. Toni Markulev, his BKFC debut. Heavy pressure to the inside. Kolev.
And you can see just a lot more punches over the last 2 rounds being thrown, being landed right now as well, but being thrown for Kolev.
Stiff jab from Kolev and circles out. And 25 remaining, round 4. Overhook snatched by Markulev. That draws the break. Marghi telling Markulev, don't just enter and grab. If you enter, you have to throw. Active clinch. There's the active clinch. Rights to the body from Toni Markulev. Good driving pressure by Kolev, putting Markulev's back against the ring ropes.
Well, these guys are worn out, Sean. They've thrown a lot of punches and spent a lot of energy.
Right hand, short right, then the counter right, then the left from Markulev after Kolev landed. To the body, Kolev landing to the head. Overhook again from Markulev. Short right hand from Kolev after the jab. From the center circle, coming forward, Kaloyen Kolev on the duck under, eludes the left hook of Markulev. Toni Markulev now from the half-tie plum, landing those short uppercuts with the right hand. Almost a reverse hammer fist motion, Chris, with that right hand.
Ooh.
Big left hook to the body from Markulev.
That was a good entry left hook. I like that. And that's never good when Kolev just put his hands on his hips right there on his thigh.
The bell, we move to the 5th and final round.
Very tight round right there, but Markulev might have been able to pull that out there. Wouldn't be surprised if this one was the same, something not unanimous.
5th and final round underway. As you think about the 3 judges' scorecards, think back to round number 1. Huge opening round for Toni Markulev, in which he dropped Kaloyen Kolev.
I mean, in the last round right there, see a lot more punches being thrown, actually, and landed right there for Markulev.
There's the overhook. There's the separation from Margleata. On the combination from Markulev, Kolev walking into and indeed walking through those punches.
And if I'm Markulev, I'm really want to jump on my opponent right now. You saw at the end of that last round. Kolev
The uppercut now to the body, right hook from Kolev after Markulev landed.
Beautiful shots.
Markulev on the jab. Hook to the body again from Toni Markulev.
And Kolev is just tough as nails, man. He's eating some shots right there and just keeps coming.
Jab from Markulev circling out, dropping his hands.
These guys are worn out, Sean.
You see into the S-grip. Markulev doing that smartly, trying to get the separation. He does so from Margleata. S-grip will get it every time.
If Markulev can just land a couple of good clean shots, I think he could work on getting this victory, but man.
Leap in jab from Markulev. He timed it, he landed that punch. Kolev stocking pressure off the right hand. Markulev on the combination. Kolev heavy on the head. Margleata telling Markulev, don't push down. But it was Kolev pushing down as well. Both fighters have gone all out, still throwing, still looking for one more significant punch. To the body goes Markulev, left hook from Kolev. Into the clinch, the bell. That is the end of our main event.
Man, those guys went to war. Look how tired they are. And
those are 2 fighters going all out in the BKFC ring.
It always amazes me, Sean, how many people think this isn't a 15-minute fight. This isn't a 25-minute fight. It's going to be easy to do 10 minutes. It is so hard to do 10 minutes out there when you're going at that pace. That grind, that inside pushing, pulling, punching, it is so difficult. And Sean, I was really impressed right there with both fighters. Kolev's ability to take that damage in the first round and come back, and I thought he won the second and third round. Oh, look at that inside body work right there. But in the last few rounds, I could have given those to Markulev, but they could have went either way. I thought Markulev really sucked it up. I thought he was done after really the first round. He looked tired in the second and third, but I think he came back a little bit in the last 2, but hard to tell. I definitely feel like a draw could be on the table.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just witnessed one of the greatest main events in BKFC history. Let's have a round of applause for these warriors. After completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges at ringside are all in agreement. 48-46 to the winner by unanimous decision. Toni Markulev!
And Sean, I think it was those last 2 rounds he was able to suck it up. I think he won the first one, lost the next 2. Phenomenal job. Way to suck it up and deal with that adversity. That was a phenomenal fight.
3 rounds to 2 across the board, and the 10-8 in round number 1 for the victor of our main event. Victorious by way of unanimous decision, Toni Markulev defeats Kaloyen Kolev. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 58 live tonight from Sofia, Bulgaria at Arena Sofia. A stacked 12-bout card in our feature fight of the evening. A phenomenal performance, going all out. Veselin Ivanov, Zorab Azimov ending in a split draw fight of the year candidate. In our co-main event, Vaso Bakocic defeating Ramadan Nooman by majority decision. And another fight of the year candidate in our main event. Two high-level and ultra-popular Bulgarians in their home nation. Toni Markulev defeating Kaloyen Kolev by way of unanimous decision. For David Feldman, Chris Lytle, Jeff Houston, and our entire crew, I'm Sean Wheelock. Thanks for watching BKFC 58.